Welcome back everyone, Scotty Combat here, and let's go over the prices for Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Do they sound fair? Does it sound overpriced? I'll let you know what I think, and then just let you know across the board what they are for digital and physical. Right now, currently, I think it sits at a pretty decent deal at being about $45 across all consoles. That is for digital. That's for Steam, that's for Xbox, that's for Switch, that's for Switch 2 surprisingly, and it's also for PlayStation, but that kinda comes with a catch. You do need to have a PlayStation Plus account. Now, this started on September the 15th, moving forward for all consoles, with Nintendo just recently starting. If you pre-ordered Legacy Collection before the 15th of September, you're getting a physical edition of the game. Even if you got it through Steam, you're gonna have to wait for that email until December, unfortunately, from the sounds of it. Aside from that, I'm just really hyped because it's not far from being here. It's literally almost exactly 1 month from today's upload. Day release is one day before Halloween. Today's the 29th of September. Although we're so close, it does feel so far. There's a few things I want to throw at you in this video, but before I jump ahead, I do want to share really quick for any pre-orders you want to do, especially for physical. The collector's edition hasn't been available for a while. That may be completely sold out and not returning. However, the deluxe edition is still available. Now, with that said, for anyone that hasn't pre-ordered this game or still intends to, I'm going to say be careful and make sure that if you're trying to get the digital copy now, that you're actually doing the digital download through the respective console that you're getting it on. There's a chance if you get it elsewhere besides your console, you could end up getting the physical edition, meaning you can't play until December, when most people, well, I don't want to say most, but some people will be playing in October. An easy indicator of that is if you're paying $50 for this game, it's likely going to be a physical edition copy. Now, I'm not saying this across the board, I'm just saying what I see right now. If you don't mind the $5 difference, you can get the game with a custom sleeve still, and it sounds like these are still going to be available on day one whenever they sell from places like Walmart and Best Buy. So I was trying to think about the price of this game as like an outside perspective, what someone would think buying this game. Say they only played Mortal Kombat a little bit growing up. I would say if you're watching this channel, you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, right? But somebody that gets games on the normal, you know, they're like, oh, I remember playing Mortal Kombat years ago. It'd be cool to get these classic games again. I wouldn't think they'd be too excited seeing all the handheld ports, but you know, the big games that would stick out would be like 5 games, right? So MK 1 through 4 and Trilogy. I really wouldn't count vanilla Mortal Kombat 3. Again, those of us that are really into Mortal Kombat know the differences, that these would be like small differences for like your average gamer that isn't really into Mortal Kombat but enjoys Mortal Kombat. I think $50 is the ceiling. I don't think it should go beyond that for that reason, because they are just getting like a handful of the classic games. I really don't think it should go beyond that. Now, as a huge fan of Mortal Kombat, I would say, well, dude, I would pay $60 for it. I'm gonna be honest, I got the collector's edition. I got several copies of this game, so I'm kind of trying to count myself out from that and look at this from both sides. Some of us really like the game, and some folks, I can see why this price might be a make or break. Genuinely, I think $45 is the sweet spot. I know it's on discount now at $45 or $44.99. I don't think this game should be listed for any more than $50. For sure, it shouldn't be listed for any more than $50. Now, by saying that, I'm not downplaying what we're getting, because we are getting a lot. I'm not trying to sound like a double standard, but if Mortal Kombat Gold was in here, then I'd be like, well, yeah, maybe this game should be $60 then. What do you think? If Mortal Kombat Gold was in here, do you think this would legit be worth $60? It's one more game. Is it worth $60? I would still say for the regular gamer that's not huge into Mortal Kombat, probably not. Me, yes. Where the price is at now, I think was a good idea, because I've seen several people share that they got multiple copies of this game. And if this game was listed at $60 or more, I wouldn't have got as many copies as I got. You can play on October the 30th, or you can wait until the middle of December. There's the time difference, and then there's the cover of your game and actually having it as a physical copy. The physical copies of the game aren't at a reduced price. It's only 10%, but honestly, it does help. And if I had to pick a price for this, I think looking at both sides, $45 would be the sweet spot. There can be all kinds of arguments made for it. Well, yeah, you can get these games free on computer. Yeah, but not everybody has a computer. You also don't get the interviews, the timeline, the Chronicles of the Crypt, all the things we're getting, and what else we may be getting that we're not aware of yet. I would say one of the biggest things for me is not only the accessibility of it and how convenient it is to have all these titles in one, also the interviews that we're going to be getting, because that's something that we're not promised in the future. All my life, I've got to enjoy Mortal Kombat games with behind-the-scenes stuff from the developers, starting with the 3D era, getting a little bit of that in the NRS era, not so much behind the scenes. But finally getting that again is going to be a really nice treat, and it's just being real, these things don't last forever. So whatever their reasoning might be for the game being a little bit more expensive for a physical copy of it, at least we're getting a physical copy of it. A digital clip says they're all about preservation, so I don't think there should be any issue firing this game up without having to do any kind of patches or uploads before actually starting the game. That is actually having to connect to a server before playing it. For some folks, this is the next Mortal Kombat game. Some folks haven't been happy with the last few Mortal Kombat games, say Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 11. I would say most fans like Mortal Kombat 9. Not everyone can like the same game. I think the same can be said for 11, and then 1, I feel like there is a good spectrum of you love it, you like it, you don't like it, or you hate it. Mortal Kombat 1 was supposed to run so much longer than it did, and it makes me wonder if they didn't push this project out earlier than it was anticipated for. I mean, think about it, would they have dropped this game in the middle of Mortal Kombat 1's life cycle? Maybe they would have, maybe this still would have dropped around the same time. I mean, we would be in Combat Pack 3 right now, still on MK1, that is those of us that play the modern MK games. And if we really are getting an Injustice 3, which I'm crossing my fingers that we don't, not that we don't get one ever, I'm always going to choose Mortal Kombat before Injustice. That would mean we have Legacy Collection to hold us over for a while. I mean, I don't know when we're getting the next MK game, but if there's not one already in the barrel being loaded, that means Legacy Collection is going to have to hold us over for a while. I've spoiled myself with Mortal Kombat Gold now. I've been playing that on live stream, and now I just really want it to happen in the Legacy Collection. Now I know some folks don't really care for Gold. There are some things that are broken about it, but if you're playing against someone else that's gonna agree to not use or abuse those mechanics, then it really is an ultimate Mortal Kombat 4, if you will. You got extra characters, extra stages, there's more options like choosing any weapon you want to use. I went over this in the last video, so I don't want to sound like a broken record, but really, this game's a lot of fun. There is a way to play Mortal Kombat Gold online against other players, and you can do it for free if you have a PC. Several nights a week, I'm going live and I'm playing against some people in Mortal Kombat Gold online before I play with the members on Mortal Kombat 1, and I am having a blast playing it. If you're interested in playing Mortal Kombat Gold, even when Legacy Collection comes out, I think it's still nice to have as many options for Mortal Kombat as possible, and right here is a really good option. Download Fightcade. It's free to get this game on there. I am having so much fun playing it because I really didn't get to grow up playing a lot of Mortal Kombat Gold. I didn't have a Sega Dreamcast. Now, we were able to rent the console and I was able to experience it, but I didn't get to play it heavy, so a lot of it feels new again. I got to play the hell out of Mortal Kombat 4, but it feels entirely new being able to go through different weapons when selecting a character. There's so much about this that I'm so excited for. Thankfully, in Legacy Collection, we're getting Mortal Kombat 4. Hopefully it does do well, because in that benefit, maybe we will see some Nintendo 64 ports show up later. I don't care if it shows up as DLC. I know some folks say hold it off until the second volume. I understand that and I respect it, but I'll be happy either way. The more the better in any way, as long as we can make it there. I do have some setbacks so far, but it's nothing impossible. That is being crossplay. Gold, I think it is important to have Mortal Kombat Gold, whether that be on this one or the next one. It's got to be put in somewhere. And then the other ports, if the game does well, hopefully we can see some of the other ports as well, aside from N64, say Sega UMK3. For only having about a year to make this product, what we're seeing and what we know of feels like it's pretty good. I do have confidence in how the game is sounding and looking so far. I do feel like this is one of those occasions where we have to put our money where our mouth is, and those of us that really do enjoy Mortal Kombat, we've already done it. And no, not everybody can get multiple copies, that's not what it's about, but I'm saying it is wild that people are getting multiple copies of it. And of course, if it does well, then we can look even further than ports and Mortal Kombat Gold. The 3D era, also known as, I would think, Legacy Collection 2 would be the next thing to see. If we get this, we won't have as many titles, but with as much as we get in these titles, I think it'll make up for it. I do think the 3D era is going to be a tougher sell because there's actually fans out there that just really don't like the 3D era of Mortal Kombat. This is what I want to see in the big picture, because I think if we get a second volume and we get the 3D era, which would be Shaolin Monks, Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, maybe MK8, also known as MK vs. DC, they can definitely make that happen, but if they did, then of course Mortal Kombat 9, I think they might re-release that as well and then remaster it, or just go ahead and remaster it. I do have a theory that right now they're re-releasing the old school games and then they're going to remaster them and re-release them, because now you're getting twice the buck and you're making fans twice as happy. Over the past 10 years, there's been multiple times we almost got the re-release of the classic Mortal Kombat games remastered, and there was a couple times where it was very close. There's even some pictures out there. In fact, I might go over this in the next video if you guys are interested. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and other times during the week and weekend, you can expect me to pop up, but for sure Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I live stream if you want to come hang out. Not only am I playing matches, but we're talking about Mortal Kombat all night, so jump in there and come hang out with us. I really do have a great time with you guys. I think the price is reasonable. What do you think? Let me know down below. And regarding the channel, there's new stuff on the way. Guys, thank you for watching. I will see you all live tonight and or in the next video. Much love everyone, and take care.